Gray. It's not a very lively color, yet our world is built upon it. From the concrete foundations of buildings, to the steel I-beams of skyscrapers, from the well-traveled avenues and boulevards, to the adjacent sidewalks, gray is a part of our everyday existence. Not only do we construct our physical life on this color, but many people build their worldviews around it too. Any time a decision is particularly troubling, or when it appears that there is no one course of action that is more virtuous than the other, we call it a gray area, as if there are some things in life that just have no right answer. But is this not a certain resignation? Is it not sometimes easier to just give up trying to sort things out? Is it possible that the answer and right course of action is present, yet it is just too hard for us to find? When viewed from afar, this paper appears gray, does it not? Yet when examined more closely, we are able to distinguish the small black marks that pollute what was previously a clean white sheet of paper. Isn't this how gray is always made? By the intermingling of black and white. Is this maybe why we see gray area in our daily decisions? Could it be that we just can't distinguish the black and the white, or right and wrong, that have been blended so thoroughly? This has not always been the case. When the world began, all was good, white. But white is not very noticeable unless you have something to compare it against. Black. Both white and black were present, but separate. We enjoyed white for it was good and pure. However, at one point in our history, we believed that what we previously knew to be black could somehow make us more white. So we tasted black. We welcome the black into our white. Anyone who is familiar with paint will tell you that only a little black can overpower all other colors, especially white. It was at this point that we were introduced to gray. But now that we had let a little black in, it had begun to work its way in even stronger than we had previously imagined possible. We mourned our loss of light. But we could not stop the strength and the appeal of black. So we again put our hope in the idea that more black could solve our problems. We reveled in it, drank deep of its power, and forgot the joy of white. If we couldn't have white, then we were going to have black in all its potency. It didn't take long for black to envelop the little white we had left in us. At one point in time, a new color was introduced, red. It walked amongst all our black, yet it was somehow never touched by it. It remained dazzlingly vibrant, and it reminded us that there were things other than black, that we were formerly another color. One day we decided that if the red wasn't going to let any black into it, we were going to put some black in it. We tried to blot out the reminder of our darkening by using our blackness against it, and we succeeded. The red was gone. We had eaten it up and enveloped it. While this should have satisfied us, it didn't. Rather than being able to see ourselves as rid of a contrasting element, we became aware that the red was now in our hands, and it wouldn't come off. And even worse, it made the rest of us appear even more black. Just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, along came white again. From the very spot we had enveloped an overpowered red. It was more like light than any opaque color, and it burned our eyes. It was then that we stopped looking at our blackness and focused on the light. The blackness was still there, but it was again distinguishable to us by comparison to the white that had wrapped around us. And rather than the black rubbing off on us again, we were becoming brighter, somehow even more white than we were at the beginning. So if ever we see gray area in our decisions, The thing we must do is hold it up to the light, and simply wait to see what the light reveals to us.